Girl, I've tried my best to keep you happy. Instead, you turned around and tried to trap me. I work hard to get the thing I have. Ooh, oh, I work hard to get the things you need. And I wanna know why you wanna play on me. Why you wanna play games on me? Why you wanna play? Why you wanna play games on me? Why you wanna play on me? Why you wanna play games on me? Why you want to play games on me? Shoot
Hey, why you want to play?
Get some notes, friend. Get some notes.
This my shit, man.
Yeah, that shit. I remember listening to this while my family was playing cards and dominoes. I was younger.
Man, that's that old school 90s,
Yes.
you know.
All the way back.
Shout out to everybody, man. Let's see who we got up in here. Hood table, you know, it's been a little minute. You know, shit, before I shout out everybody, man, how you been, man?
Man, I've been busy. I've been living. I've been enjoying the holidays. Watching a little YouTube here and there, trying to keep up with the shizness, but you know how it is.
Hey, I seen ever since you got that new machine over there, man, you've been really doing your thizzle, hood table.
I got like 4-5 new machines now.
You ready to do shirts and all kind of shit and do merch, man. I'm gonna have to be getting at you, shit.
Yes, I sold my first shirt. Matter of fact, what's today? Sunday? That was yesterday morning. So I've been like making shirts and advertising and different things, trying to expand my cake decorating business into all the party supplies and things like that. And I was like, why not do t-shirts too?
Yeah, you more than cakes right now, hood table shit. Don't be playing.
I'm really not playing, because for like the longest, all I did was cakes. But then people who needed like other things, like custom cakes, custom chip bags, custom water bottles, custom this, t-shirts for the birthday person, they would go to other people. And I'm like, man,
you get all that.
Packages, right? So yeah, that's what I'm at. Like,
that's what's up, man. Yeah, I just been chilling myself, man, and kind of just been in the clouds, seeing what's been going on, which has been a lot these last few days, especially let's talk about the last like 8 hours or so. You feel me? It's y'all know what it is out there, you know what I'm saying?
I can't keep up. I have no idea what's going on. I hear a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Everything goes back to such and such channel. It's like
Yeah,
they running the whole sector right now. I
yeah,
don't
you
know.
can pretty much hit up any one of your favorite CCs and just if they had a live within the last 4 hours or so, man, you gonna get filled in like Craig David.
Well,
Straight
tomorrow
up.
while I'm working, I'm gonna, listen to people here and there throughout the day, get caught up. But what's up, everybody in the chat? It's been a long time no see. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Riz always says as long as he gets 10, even though we always get more than that over here. But make sure y'all share out the live, like and share and support. Please and thank you so much. It's been a minute, but we miss y'all. We really do.
Most definite, most definite. So let's see who we got up in here. Hood table. We got Shock Rock King. Appreciate you. We got RS. We got Clem. We got Jackie. Let's see who else. We got Be Easy. What it do, bruh? Hey, that was a good little thing we did the other day. Be Easy, and you just been going hard, period, bro. Shout out to Be Easy. If y'all ain't know him, man, get a bar of that man. He doing his thizzle. Let's see who else we got. What's up with Charlie? We got Charlie up in this thing. We got Angie up in here. We got your self-hood table. You feel me? We got Sincere up in here. We got Dr. Soapy. Oh shit, we got Premium up in here. Okay. And you motherfucking right that shit slap. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start off the motherfucking stream with a good one, man. And let me see. I just threw myself off. Shout out to Ray Triggs, man. What it do, Triggs? Man, I appreciate you, bro. And let me see who else we got up in here. Shout out to Sugar Plum, man. I appreciate you, Sugar Plum. And I think I got everybody so far. Everybody that's out there, you know what I'm saying, in the clouds, whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all, man. And always shout out to the replay game. Always. But yeah, so let's see what we got, Hood Table. So tonight, man, we gonna hit them with the part of this gonna be kind of like what we did before, you know what I'm saying? But I had to throw something in the beginning, you know what I'm saying, because I just been noticing a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? And I just, I know there's a lot of people out there, so it might hit home, you know what I'm saying? You never know, you know what I'm saying? So what I was coming with, Hood Table, was can you live the rest of your life by yourself after a breakup? You know what I'm saying? Because, we didn't always have the discussion, and we're going to end up kind of leading into that again, but we've always had the discussion on, kind of signs or, maybe to talk things out and all this. So we kind of know, the rundown and kind of how to, signs in the relationship, right? So we know what it comes with, we know in the beginning, you get the representative, you don't really get the real person, so we came to all of that, right? So now what I'm coming with this one was the twist is let's just minus that, right? Let's just go with, okay, do you think, maybe I'm just not going to get in another relationship? Maybe I really don't need one. I don't need the headache. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine with, being by myself. It's not really a big deal. I lost Hood Table. I think she'll be back, y'all. Hopefully she can maybe still hear me, but basically, what's up, Lily? Good to see you. Basically, here she go, y'all. What's up, Hood Table?
Sorry, I don't know what's going on over here. The internet's tripping, so I just
mine be kind of doing that too. Mm-hmm. But
has it been going like black, like totally all black? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be doing some weird shit. But basically, what I was saying was, it just basically just hey, I don't need a relationship. I'm good. It's not really a big deal to me. I could just go ahead and just carry on, what I'm saying, basically the rest of my life, what I'm saying, not worrying about going on another date or pursuing anything, like just it is what it is. Sincere put in there being alone versus lonely. Well, see, with that, people look at that in different ways, because lonely, they won't look at it as actually being lonely because they choose that. That's why I kind of had a, pick this topic like this, because you would think that what's up with it, ODS? You would think that one would need, would think that you would be lonely if you were by yourself. And some people would disagree. So, that's why I wanted to come with this. So to start it off, Hood Table, and then, we'll go to you, or if you want, Hood Table, we can start off with you. I never mind starting off with you first. So, do you want to start off first with, do you think that you, can go ahead and just live the rest of your life, you know what I'm saying, without ever going on another date or pursuing another relationship or whatnot?
Mm-hmm. Well, and shout out to the people who just came in. Thank you guys for supporting the show. This is season 2, part 1. So thank you guys for all showing up tonight for us. And what up, ODS and Chale and Cecile and everybody else who's been speaking to me directly. As far as for the rest of my life, I don't think, even though some people try to put that jacket on themselves because they've been hurt so many times, or they just think they can't trust anybody or whatever issues they're dealing with, some people do feel like they can go the rest of their life without. I don't want to. I've been in relationships here and there, over our lives here and there. My son's, but I will have to say, after my son's father's, it's been kind of like just here and there. It's kind of spotty. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna hold you. But one thing that I keep running into that I can imagine makes a lot of people say that is, even at our age, you would think that certain people would be done with certain things, and they done experienced certain things, sold all their wild oats and all this kind of shit, and grew the fuck up. And that's one thing that I keep coming across with so-called grown-ass men. Like, I get it, because I have homegirls and sisters, and we talk about guys all the time in relationships. And some of them was like, I don't want to date anymore. I don't ever want to get married anymore. I don't ever want to, because it's really hard out here trying to find that one. And even though we know nobody's perfect, it's like, if you like in your 40s, 50s, 60s, and I know a lot of y'all is younger than that out here, but when you get to that age, right, and you still trying to play games, and it's like, people who get up in age, all we want to do is be happy and live life and not have to worry about somebody running around with somebody or not being able to trust nobody. We looking forward to maybe in 10, 20 years retirement, and you still dealing with the shit that young cats do. So I understand why a lot of older women are like, fuck that shit. I'm tired of the bullshit. I'll just date here and there, or fuck here and there. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with just having, little escapades. But me personally, I don't want to be alone for the rest of my life. But I can admit I have not found that one over the years, that one that I'll just be like, just want to let everything go and, let them all the way in. And I'm still skeptical around letting people around my kids, and they grown. You know what I'm saying? As a single parent, when they was growing up, some guys never met them. Some guys met them maybe once. I'm still like that, and they grown. Like, I just don't believe in allowing anybody into my circle, anybody in my space. And it's funny, Riz, because we had this conversation, me and a friend, we was on like a 4 or 5 hour phone call the other night. And it's my bestie who lives in Florida. And we was talking about guys and how, around the holidays, because, it's Thanksgiving, around the holidays and shit, you don't bring nobody around your family unless it's really, really, now this is from a guy perspective, right? Most guys were raised not just to bring any old tail to their family, especially around holidays, right? And we had this conversation about guys, if they really brought somebody around their family during the holidays, and they were really serious about them. So that was one thing that I wanted to discuss too. Maybe not tonight, but I just thought that was an interesting topic, that even people who might be out there playing the game or playing the field or whatever, they still know better than to bring just any random old chick to Big Mama house.
We can actually we can discuss that tonight. Because this isn't gonna really be not too long, you know what I mean? But that'll kind of blend in, you know what I'm saying, with what we're doing. So just remember that right there, so we can go ahead and go into that. So I'm gonna hold you to that. But go ahead. I didn't mean to stop what you were saying, but go ahead.
That's okay. But when it comes to the representative, I just wish more people would. You know, I said this before. You don't have to tell everything. You don't have to spill all the beans. You don't have to tell where all the bones are buried when you first meet somebody. But you also don't have to lie. It's okay to not
don't give them too much though, Hood Table. We gonna get into that. Right. We gonna get into that because that's part of it. That's part of it.
I ain't gonna show you all my tricks in the bag,
right?
But you don't have to lie.
You ready to go off?
You ain't gotta lie, Craig.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact. So let me go ahead and just get into it because I'm not gonna be too long with it.
And shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat.
Shout out to the chat.
Oh, read that one message. What it say?
Which one?
Is that the Bushes?
I told my son one.
If she don't, go ahead.
I told my son, if she don't matter, I don't want to meet her because she will think she is special. That's a fact.
Absolutely.
And you got some people out there, you know, that they will just kind of bring everybody kind of to the house. You know what I mean? And you kind of got to break it down like, hey, check this out, man. Like, don't just be bringing everybody to the house, man. You know, like if you really like her and rocking with her and everything, but if she just kind of that new little whatever and you just kind of want to, you know what I'm saying? Nah, you don't do that. Because for one, you don't want everybody knowing where you stay because you don't know how things may fucking turn out between the two of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all may end up having a nasty little fallout. And now she got a little dumbass shit happening over there at the house. You know what I'm saying? And your parents lit it. You know what I mean? Like it's a bad situation. But if you know it's somebody you rocking with and you think you're gonna really put some time into, hopefully you vet it out a little bit better to know that she ain't just gonna go all the way ape shit and donkey on your shit. Go ahead.
You got a point there because what was that? That was during the fight. You know, I had a fight party for our hometown champ Terrence Crawford. And hometown. But my oldest son, who's 28, then my other one, he's 24. So they was asking permission. Can we invite some friends over, you know, from work? We just got off of work because they work nights. We just want to, you know, chill at your house. You know, you got a lot of food, whatever. And my first question always to my boys, what's their last name? Who they? Because you know, hey, you never know. I'm like, what's their last name? What are they like? Are they respect mom? Come on, mom, for real. You know, we ain't gonna just have nobody at your house. And when they come over, they always bring like the most respectful people, even as grown men, to my house because they know I don't play. I will put you out, cuss you out on the way out. Like if you disrespect for a hood or too hood for me, because I am the hood table, right? So I am hood. But if you're a little too hood for me, then you know it'll be a whole problem with our family and everything. So yeah, I love how children can respect their parents and their yayas and their big mamas enough to not just have any old random person over, especially a.
Damn, I lost her again, y'all. She'll be back. So let me just go ahead then, y'all, and I can just get into what I was gonna say on that topic. She's back. Hold on, she's back like a champ. Hey, you got Terrence Crawford in you because they try to knock you down and you get right back up. You ready to rock?
Man, we get down.
Do you remember what you were saying?
Oh no, that was all. I was just saying that I love how the fact that some children, even as grown children, can respect the fact that they know who and who not to bring to, you know, their parents' house, their mama, yaya, they, you know, big mama house, especially when it comes to women. Because women, and I never heard a guy say that before, but they do think they like special if they take you to their family house, regardless if it's been 30 days or a year. They feel like they are special or they might be entitled to a certain position in your life. But anywho, go ahead.
That's true. Um, so what I feel on the can you live the rest of your life by yourself after breakup? Um, kind of like what you said. You said something kind of in there, and I couldn't be a celibate person, but I can definitely be a person that if a relationship happens or forms, cool. If it don't, cool. But you always always kind of run in and have people, what I'm saying, to where if you do have any type of sexual needs or whatnot, you'll be able to, what I'm saying, make that happen with no strings attached. What I'm saying? There's a lot of, adults, what I'm saying, that know how to be adults, what I'm saying, when it comes to certain shit, because they may be in the same boat.
Well,
What
it
I'm
is
saying?
easier for women to be more abstinent. And I was going to ask you, what's like, you ain't got to say what's the longest time you've been abstinent if you have, but do you notice a difference in that? It's a lot easier for women to be abstinent for a longer time than men. It's like men seem to can move on a lot faster because I guess it's because you're a man. I don't know. And we got like a whole line, a whole store full of shit that can like maybe satisfy us in the meantime and in between time. So, but as far as men versus women, what do you think about that?
Um, I I think it may be easier for women. Just listening to what you just said, like, I mean, I can't speak for all men, but we have a hell of a sex drive, and that's not gonna go away because you're not in a relationship. And again, like I said, there's women out there that also don't really be for really too many relationships because they don't want to put their all into something and then it goes wrong and now you got hella feelings involved and all kind of shit, rabbit hole. So there there are people out there that are on that same type of page, you know what I'm saying? But again, if you were to run across, that right person or whatnot, and all the sparks fly and y'all just fucking click and just always kind of want to be around each other and with each other. And it could have just been off of maybe a spark being cool and maybe having a moment, but y'all just clicked. Didn't know y'all was gonna really click like that. You know what I'm saying? So like when it comes to the you know, being, basically, what I'm saying, by yourself the rest of your life, with those type of things in there, what I'm saying? Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have a problem with it. But some people, they may minus, sex and everything out of the whole equation. When it comes to, that question I asked, right? And, with that, it's to each their own. You
And
know what I'm
sometimes it's
saying?
not on purpose. Like sometimes life be life and you just don't
What's up,
like
Nurse
people
Guy?
find it crazy that you can go like a year or so. But at one time when I was in college, this was as a grown up with two kids who played every sport all year round, and I had two jobs on top of going to college, right? And it went like 2 years, like seriously 2 years, no relationship, no nothing. And I was just so busy. I don't even remember sleeping half the time, eating half the time, like just life was lifing and I wasn't even thinking about no man, no relationship, no nothing. I'm trying to graduate. I'm trying to get my kids to graduate. It was just a lot. And one day I just sat back, I'm like, damn, it's been a motherfucking minute. Shit, when I'm gonna walk this stage? I need to celebrate.
What's up with it, Drip?
But yeah, sometimes you don't plan it; it just happens.
And I can dig it. And when it comes to the whole like Sincere said, alone or lonely thing, again, people may look at that different ways. People may have their own different, perception on that. And no matter how you explain it, they may just think, man, that's lonely. You know what I mean? So
That's
you can
crazy.
argue,
Mm-hmm.
you can kind of argue that for days. But you know, like you just said, hood table, there can be whatever type of reasons behind it, or by accident, or whatever, you know, you just what things are different in life, you know what I'm saying? But then again, I mean, let's say you say that, right? You're gonna always, you know, being a woman, you're gonna have urges, right? So you're gonna have maybe some type of toys, I mean, or something around. Am I correct on
Some
that at
type of
least?
toys, yes.
Oh, okay. So again, so it's even though you may minus it, you know, with maybe another partner or whatnot, you know, you're still gonna be able to please yourself, you know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. So, and again, some people would be like, "Oh man, hell no!" But hey, you know, you never know. You know, everybody is different. And again, we'll open up the panel, and maybe there might be somebody that may be on that type of level. Who knows? Or maybe somebody might type in the chat like, "Yeah, I'm all for it," like that. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. And you guys always know, you know what I'm saying? We're always open for the discussion. You know, everything is respectful. You know, it's we ain't on that bullshit. So that's basically my answer to that.
Well, did you see the comment that who was
Who?
that? I am Cassie mate. That's why I was laughing earlier.
Which one? Which one?
The one that says, "So Riggs don't need to be in a relationship if he can still swing his peen everywhere."
Cassie tripping.
Ooh,
Riggs don't need to be in a relationship if he can still swing his peen everywhere. Got it. It's not like, you know, it's not like that, because you know a nigga definitely ain't no hoe. But you know, people, you know, do, you know, have their sexual urges and needs and shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like, oh, that's just gonna go out the window because you may not be in a relationship or whatnot. You know, you may be out somewhere and run into somebody cool and y'all talk or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't really like, hey, I'm not looking for a relationship or what, I'm not either. Or, you know what I'm saying? You know how the story goes, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's always like something just bad or something. It's how you maneuver in life, I guess, you know, the type of things you do. But you know, definitely not just out there just being ruthless and careless. Fuck no. That's just scary, man. You know, there's a lot of diseases out there, y'all. I'm gonna keep it 100. You know,
a
and
lot of diseases. People think because we have passed some pandemics over the decades that it's safe to play out there in the yard.
I know you
Well,
are,
no,
Cassie.
it ain't as safe as you think. Okay, people still come down with shit that they can't get rid of. So
Yeah, it's a fact, man. And you got to always remember that. And you know, yeah, people do practice safe sex, which I hope, but still at the same time, man, like what the fuck? You know, why roll them dice like that? Just off, you know, being kind of careless and just kind of like, you know, be out there. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit's kind of wild, man. Definitely wild. Hold on one second.
what up, Drips?
So
what up, Be Honest? Hey, you guys.
What did Cassie say? I don't think it's bad if both parties agree to not be in a relationship and just kick it. Absolutely, Cassie. And that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of, you know, people that, you know, the different, you know, opposites, you know what I'm saying, that be on that type of hype. You know, you would actually be surprised, you know what I'm saying? And even being older, you see a lot of that too. Like you would think maybe not, but fuck, man, like a lot of older people, they're not really with all the bullshit, you know what I'm saying? They kind of want to have a good time. Hey, they may want to go out of town to casinos and all that type of shit, and you know what I'm saying? And then it is what it is after that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to wake up to you every day, and you know what I'm just keeping it 100. What's up with it, John?
I do like my space, and that's why I like dating guys who
Absolutely.
have their own space. I just love to be able to date a guy who has his own space. Like there are some guys out there who they prefer to always be with a woman in her space and shit like that. This whether it's because they can't, and this is no shade. I used to feel like this growing up, but this is no shade as I got older and wiser and mature. But it's really hard out here And I hear people in the sector talking sometimes about people staying with their mamas or staying with their sisters or staying with they, you know what I mean? It's really hard out here, even to this day, especially in this days right now, for people to be able to live by themselves. It's not like they're a bum or they're lazy or I mean, shit is just ludicrous. Like you would think here in the Midwest, it's not even that expensive for us to live anymore. The average like 3-bedroom here is like $1,800, and that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, and then landlords be wanting you to pay to make 2 to 3 times the amount that the rent or whatever is, right? So I get it, but it's just something about having a guy who has his own shit. I don't always have to have you at my house and hosting you. I can go to your house and wake up in your house, and I have my toothbrushes over there, even if we're not in a relationship and we just fucking around. But yeah, I love that. A man who got his own shit is just, I don't know. It's like a man who can cook, or you know, something like that. It's up there, okay.
And we're gonna kind of go into something like that, Hood Table. Like that's crazy. Like you just be cooking, and it's like the things that I kind of had lined up. You're hitting them already. You know what I'm saying?
My
So,
bad.
but that's a good thing. That just means that whatever how I was thinking is going with our shit. You know what I'm saying? So shit, man. Shout out to fucking the good dabs. You know what I'm saying? And a couple of thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Shit. So the next thing I was gonna say, I was gonna kind of go back into kind of what we've done before, right? What's up with it, Dana? Is let's minus the whole we're gonna go ahead, maybe, you know, if we decide to, you know, go the single route, but let's just say, you know what, I'm just like really done with this shit. I've been fucking, you know, single for a long time, you know, like I really don't want to jump back into the waters, you know what I'm saying? But I do kind of want to maybe go another round. You know what I'm saying? I do want to see. I don't want to just tap out just yet. So my question was, what do you want in a new relationship? And what I mean by that is no ifs, ands, or buts. No representative. We've been through that, right? We know what that's like. You first meet somebody, it's like that's your representative, because we had the discussion like, damn, why in the beginning is the fucking relationship all fucking great, and then all of a sudden, you know, it just ends up going to shit, or you know, you can be together for a long time and all kind of shit, make babies and all everything under the sun, and then all of a sudden you're not together anymore. So we've had those discussions like that, right? And what we all kind of came to almost an agreement on is like, we're not being the fucking real person that we are when we fucking meet somebody. We're leaving, and like you were saying, and I kind of stopped you, but what's up with it be easy? We're not leaving. What was I gonna say? Oh man, I forgot what I was gonna say, but it's not like you got to tell everything like you said about yourself, but don't fucking perpetrate a fraud. Don't fucking, you know, say things that's really not you and your character, or really how you move. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's brand new, you know what I'm saying? Don't just kind of play into maybe what you may think they may want to hear.
I was just about to say that.
And vice versa, right? Even the woman, same thing. And it's really easy with the woman, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a fucking woman. You know, we shit, if we chopping it up or whatnot, and you saying certain things, and especially if you keying on some of the shit I'm saying, you know what I mean, and you running it with me, you know what I'm saying? Like you feel me? Like your manipulation game is just through the fucking roof. Just keeping it 100. It can happen both ways, right? But I'm just saying though, you know, with especially a dope ass, you know, woman and shit, always looking good and whatnot, and hey, you thinking shit, man, this gonna be the one. We don't want that no more. We don't want that representative. That we want, you know, you could be fine as wine and all it. What's this nigga John? Riggs been riding
They tear you up
around.
in the chat, Riz.
Yeah, Riggs been riding around, slapping Gerald Levert. ready to turn his player card in. I've never been a player, but the thing, John, yeah, they killing me. Let me see. Uh, but yeah, we don't want that representative, on both sides, right? So my question is like, if you were to go ahead and give this thing a whole go, like we're gonna rock, like what are gonna be some of the things that you're just not gonna fucking put up with? Like, I mean, are you? And I hate to run a thing like Steve Harvey, right? I hate to run that, but I heard this and I was like, wow, and it was game. It was game because this person was about to get married, right? Went through the whole thing and was and dude proposed and shit. You feel me? Was trying to get her to move about the house and into his house. The whole, like how I say, with the representative, right? So was telling her all these things. She got her own shit. She doing her thizzle. She got it. She was like, you know what? I'm not fucking gonna do anything for at least a year. If we still talk and everything is good and this and this, I'll go ahead and move about my house and move into his house and take under consideration, his proposal and everything. She just said a year. That she said that the motherfucker fucked up before the fucking year, Hood Table. It ain't like she told bruh this shit, but I'm just saying though. Just ran the whole everything instead of making that move. And see, a lot of times, women will, they find somebody, what I'm saying, he running that shit real cool, probably got a cool little spot, like, hey baby, shit, you can get up out your shit, man, come move up in here with me. But now you get up in there, what I'm saying, you don't know what the fuck, what I'm saying, you under a whole different guideline and all that shit. And that's what she said she kind of seeing, what I'm saying. And I was just like, wow. So it kind of made me think about it when I thought of this stream, because I was like, that's some game right there. Because if you wouldn't have set a fucking a standard, knowing you was going into this new relationship of like, man, look, it's gotta be a year. Because when dude started popping it, she was like, I said it's gotta be a year. If he's cool and everything is still what it is, she's like, it don't gotta be we going out all the time and all, I'm not tripping. But it's gotta be a year. The motherfucker bumbled off the fucking year, man. And I was just like, that's fucking game. You know what I'm saying? So my question again was, if you were to go ahead, no ifs, ands, or buts, what are just some of the things that you're just not going for, Hood Table? Like, is it like maybe you don't have to be too cutthroat, like maybe a missed call, maybe you thought you were supposed to call me at 7 or 8 and you didn't call, like that would be kind of get a little wild, like I hope we don't get that fucking strong, but what are some of the things though, with if you were starting off fucking with somebody, what I'm saying, like what are some of the things that's like it's not gonna happen, like it's red flag off the top because you done been there, done that. So like what are some of the things, what I'm saying, if you have any, or if it's just like, hey, if you just, like I said, maybe it is the phone call or whatnot. Maybe you took me to a fucking fucked off restaurant or something, you know what I'm saying? And
you know how I am about the phones. We done had this conversation before, but I don't want a textual inbox DM type of relationship. It's okay every now and then. Of course, we got lives, we be busy, we got jobs, kids, whatever. But I do like that personal communication when it comes to the phone calls. If I can't never get you on the phone, if you don't ever want to talk on the phone, that can be a red flag. And I said this before, that can be a big red flag if somebody could never find time to actually talk to you on the phone. Because a lot of people who might be hiding things, oh, they good with those textual DM inbox relationships. They can just hit you here and there. You don't know what they doing, where they at, who they with. But I do like that personal communication. We ain't got to talk every day, all day. Just, every now and then, just have a good, talk on the phone. but it's just more personal to me. So I do like to have that in a relationship. I don't like for people to try to overcompensate. Like you don't have to go like way over and beyond. Like when you talk about the people sending the representative, a lot of people they overcompensate. That's part of that sending they representative, acting like they this, acting like they that, acting like they're more greater than they are or richer than they are, or things like that. Just be you, be yourself. I'm a laid back type of person, as a lot of people are. I'm a laid back, and the more older I get, I'm more of a I don't give a fuck type of person as well. Like I don't give a fuck about so much shit that I used to give a fuck about back in the day. I teach this to my sons, like y'all young now, y'all dealing with problems, things that seem like you can't get by, or can't handle or whatever. I'm like, fuck that shit. So your car broke down. I got a car. Your brother got a car. Your daddy got a car. What? We all got jobs. You need money? What? You can't pay your rent? I mean, it's like the problems that we think are so big of a problems growing up, I look at now like that ain't no problem. Like, okay, quit stressing yourself out. I've learned not to let myself stress myself out so much. My car was broke down a couple of weeks ago. You need a ride? Yeah, sure, I need a ride. That bitch gonna sit out there until I get paid. Like, I'm like, I don't have the cares like I used to have growing up. So I don't want nobody just to be pretending all the time like they got this or they got this going on, because everybody's struggling right now. Everybody is struggling. I don't give a fuck who you are. And we ain't rich out here, so you don't have to try to overcompensate yourself. Don't try to dress to the nines to impress me. We ain't got to go to the 5 stars, but you also don't have to don't act like I'm not worthy of certain things either. Like I know I'm worth more than a McDonald's meal, or you know what I'm saying, or some Popeyes. I know you know what I'm saying, but you ain't got to take me to Ruth. Now that's cool every now and then, but it's just like a lot of people try to overcompensate, and then weeks and months later, you realize you can. Oh my God! You know what? Okay, so let me tell you this.
Go
I
on
have
and
a
tell me.
friend. I had a friend. I have a friend. They had met somebody, and this somebody had literally went broke trying to impress her. Like literally went broke. I mean, they was doing all these flowers all the time, all these expensive meals. Woo, 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 woo. Look further down the line, they really didn't even have it like that. They maxing out credit cards. Why? Why? It didn't make no sense to me. So that's the biggest thing for me. People trying to overcompensate to make them look better than they really truly are. And then you get like this disappointed feeling later down the line, like either you ain't shit or you just a plain out liar. But yeah, so I like guys who can be personal with more than just texting and things like that. And also, you ain't got a lie to kick it. You ain't got a lie to kick it.
That's what's up. I'm gonna be, I don't really have too much, like I'm kind of, I'm easy going like Sunday morning, you know what I'm saying? So like, if I was to really just jump into something, man, the only thing is just respect and accept me how I am, because I'm gonna respect and accept you how you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna try to change anything that you doing or anything like that. Like if anything, we help each other. You know what I'm saying? But trying to change somebody, even when people say I'm trying to change them for the better, maybe that better may not be in that person's interest. You know what I'm saying?
They
Now,
trying
if
to
they
mold you. Mm-hmm.
right now, if they pushing for it, well, then yeah, you be the backbone, right? But when I just when I think of it, it's kind of really simple, man. Just a good respect. You know what I'm saying? And we both dig each other. You know what I'm saying? We know what it is with each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's nothing really new that can come into play, because we know what it is with each other. There's no representative or nothing. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is.
Just
So
keep it cool. Just let it go. Let it flow. Let it be natural. You know what I'm saying?
John said that's cap.
Like,
No,
just let
it's
it be natural. Like, for
well.
real,
See,
you don't have to put 20 on 10. And, you know, of course, we women, especially we women, we love the respect thing. A lot of us still like a man who opened doors, who, I ain't saying you got to throw your jacket down on the mud and the water to keep us from getting our shoes messed up, but who still open doors and who still come up to your door to pick you up instead of hunking outside. I mean, a lot of us still love chivalry. I don't think it's totally dead. So that's one thing. I might be a little hood, I might be from the streets, but I still love a man with a little chivalry, you know. So, but yeah,
what,
respect goes a long way.
but John, instead of me trying to answer and go back and forth or whatever, like when the open panel is up, I would really like you to come up and you could address that, brother. I would really like to
What did he
because
say?
hey,
Let me read the chat.
he said something about what I said was cap or something like I'm just saying it to be saying it, you know. So
Which part
hey,
though? What?
I don't really know.
Well, fuck it.
Uh,
Let's get to the chat then. What else we got?
he said
What else we got to talk
He
about?
said Rig said he
First story.
accepting. He said Rig said he accepting as they are. I think that's cap. And I don't really understand why that would be cap, because if you fucking with somebody, you know you got a liking for them, you know what I'm saying? You know who they are. So what would be the cap in there? It'd be different if you know they put on a straight fraud and then they just start acting a different way and they talking about this is the way I am. That's that representative shit. But if you meet somebody and they hitting all the marks just off the top with you know what I'm saying? There can't really be no cap. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said this would have to be something to where, like, you know, y'all both in like damn near agreement. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, this is who I am. If I eat fucking mustard and lettuce sandwiches and shit, you know what I'm saying? Every now and then, you know, you would know that, you know, you ain't gonna judge me for it. You may not like it, you know, but you ain't always gonna be like, oh, you a nasty motherfucker. Like, that ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm trying to just, that's a crazy an example, but I'm just saying though, like there's certain things, you know, women may get up and want to always, like, you know, do they makeup or something hella early or some shit so you really don't catch them slipping. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, you ain't got to do all that. You know what I'm saying?
Going to sleep with their makeup on, fucking up their skin.
I mean, we just gotta keep it 100, man. So it's like if that shit, if it, you know, fucks with you or whatnot, then that ain't the chick for you. Or if she thinks that she gotta do all this and that, then she kind of need to be with a cat that don't mind that shit. Like, yeah, I want you to do that. I don't want to fucking come home and you fucking looking all fucking crazy and shit, scaring me and shit, you know, just whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. So yeah, John, you know, when we open the thing up, you know, for sure.
That's like women who order salads while they watching that nigga eat a steak. You know you want some of that steak, bitch.
Stomach over there growling like a motherfucker. Salad. Like, you want some chicken tenders or some fish or something? Like, come on, man, cut the bullshit. Get you some
pork chops. Get you. But I mean,
unless you got a taco salad or something going on up in that joint, you feel me? Then I can understand your gangster. But if you just talking about some lettuce and croutons and all that old other, it's like, come on, man.
I used to be on that bullshit back in the day. I'm telling you, I used to be. Like how I said before. A lot of people who know me, especially my personal life. They know I'm tomboy to the heart, tomboy for life. I'm not no prissy dress wearing. You know, that's just not me. The nails and all that shit. I went through that little period where I was trying to be all nails up and lashes, and that's just not me. And I used to do that when I would meet guys. I would get all dressed. And I used to do that. Then down the line, they'd be like, damn, do you ever wear a dress? Do you ever wear? No, I don't really like to. So, I mean, over the years as I got older, I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just me. If you don't like me being cool and chill and laid back, you know, I ain't walking around here looking like no boy or nothing. I'm still cute, okay? Even whether I got on some jeans or some t-shirts or some J, you know,
like don't get it twisted, right?
Whether I got on some J's or some flip flop, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I learned over the years to just be myself. You know what
You
I'm
see what
saying?
Cassie asked you? She want to know what you drinking on.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Or some Jose.
Darker or clear?
Dark.
Oh shit.
Jose. But I sip slow. Okay? Sure, I gotta sip slow, like, I gotta make it last forever, like Keith Sweat throughout the show. Y'all don't want me to turn up for real.
Yeah, no, don't turn up for real, hood table.
Yeah, I
So
don't want me to turn up for real.
I only had I think that was it basically on that hood table. What I would like for you to do, if you can, is bring up the track, you know what I'm saying? Because then after the track, you know, we're gonna go ahead and open up the panel, see if anybody want to slide through.
Okay. All right.
So,
let me see.
Because I kind of tied it in. I said like what, you know, we'd want to know the real you from the beginning. So, you know, basically that was it. Like we don't need the representative. We don't want to go through that stage. I think we set that clear. You put your things in order, you know what I'm saying? You had things with vehicles and all kind of shit, you know, like, hey, like if these things ain't in order and all that, like it's not gonna work, you know, like, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with having standards and boundaries and shit like that. And people may be like, damn, well, you ain't never gonna find nobody. Well, maybe it ain't for me.
Yeah, it's okay to have standards. It's okay to have standards. Like I said, sometimes it takes people to live, to really like live, to understand that some of those standards you had at 20 and 25 and 30, 35, some of those standards, people just can't, you know, use those same standards as they get older in life. You know, it's just, we just can't ask for a man to have like doctor money or lawyer money. And we, like, a lot of people have standards so high that they don't even meet the own standards that they're asking somebody else to have.
Be Easy
So
says you are babysitting.
Allow a little grace. Allow some grace, you know, when it's time, when you're dating, when you're out there dating.
This guy be on a hype hood table. I don't know what it is sometimes, because like sometimes he be on my helmet. I think tonight he's on yours. He says you babysitting that bottle over there. Like,
oh, don't come for me, be easy.
I don't get it, and I don't understand it.
We need to let me find this track so we can let the doors of the church open.
And Charlie in the building too, so she might even slide through. What's up with
Charlie,
her, Chat T? Ain't seen you in a minute, bro. Good to see you, man. A lot of people came through hood table to keep it 100. They showed out, man.
We love you guys.
Yeah, man. I'm like,
really
shit, man.
Love you guys.
Like we never left. You know what I mean? That's what's up, man. We've been gone for like 2 months.
Everybody needs a break sometime, and you know, even after season 2 is through, we'll take a couple months off to regenerate ourselves and things like that. But we do miss you guys so much, and we appreciate you guys for joining us when we have these shows, because we know it's a lot of other things y'all could be watching, and especially a lot of the drama and stuff that's around
it's
us.
going on right now.
It's
too.
great to have the support that we have.
Shout out to the 28 likes that we got, man.
Absolutely.
For real. Can we get to 30 though, y'all? Can we get to 30? But yeah, as soon as we get this intro going, y'all, you feel me? I'm gonna go ahead and drop that link. You guys feel free. All I ask is that y'all just keep it respectful, man, and we good. It's good. Pop your shit. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm right. You feel me? Dynamite.
I think it's ready.
I got you pulled up.
Okay.
From the block to the hood table, big rig slaps and cake decorating diva, discussing local issues, national news too, encouraging y'all to like or share. and subscriber. We bring the heat, keeping it real tight. From the White House to the gutter, we report right. Welcome to the show, where we break it down. From the block to the hood table, it's all around. Sexy side profile man, the one and only Big Rick Slaps in the cake decorating diva. The one and only the hood table. With news you can't use and subjects that need to be spoke. From the block to the hood, from the White House to the broke. We got many different topics and subjects. Grab your seat, get your popcorn. Let's get ready. Talking about everything under the sun, from education to health. We're here to run, engage with us, spread the word far and wide. Appreciate y'all, thank you for the support. We bring the heat, keeping it real tight. From the White House to the gutter, we report right. Welcome to the show, where we break it down. From the block to the hood table, it's all around. Sexy side profile man, the one and only Big Rick Slaps in the cake decorating diva. The one and only the hood table. With news you can use and subjects that need to be spoke. From the block to the hood, from the White House to the broke. We got many different topics and subjects. Grab your seat, get your popcorn. Let's get
ready. Hey.
And shout out to the Charlie for that. Okay, that came from Charlie. That came from Charlie. Okay, that little intro, that came from Charlie, and I love her for that.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Yo. You know I was coming up as soon as I saw that link drop.
Yes, the doors to the church are open. What up, Sincere? How you doing?
What's up, Sincere?
We was talking about it up in the chat and whatnot, right? So I gotta ask y'all a question. So let's say you've been dating somebody for a minute, and right, what would be the ultimate thing that would be like, hell no, I gotta go, that they did?
To me, that's always cheating. It's always, even if we're not in a committed relationship, but you tell me off tops that you trying to do something or have something or go somewhere, and then you got all these other things going on to the side. It's just too much shit out there. I need to know if I'm the only one you fucking with, sleeping with, whatever. At least allow me that choice to still hang with you on that level. So that's always a no-go for me. It just is, you know. Just be honest. If you messing around with other people or whatever, just be honest and allow me that choice to keep fucking with you or not.
And yeah, of course I would agree with that, but what would trigger me is basically just tripping, fake beef, accusing me, of doing something, that I'm not doing, or damn near putting me in a situation like almost like I always got to kind of explain some shit. You feel me? Just to, what I'm saying, make sure your head right. Like that's over with. Like, cause that'll never, that'll never stop. You know what I'm saying? Even when they say it will, it won't. You know what I'm saying? So.
And I'm gonna say this as a person who has been cheated on, right? When that happens, even if you decide to, forgive that person, right? You got to be willing to understand that you are going to have those feelings where every time they go out or they text on their phone, you're going to think something going on when it's not. And you got to clear your mind of that if you're going to really make it work. Because if not, you're going to hold resentment. You're going to hold these things, and it's going to turn that love to hate real fast. And I learned that the hard way. And it did not work out, but I didn't let that jade me, if that makes sense. I didn't ask him every time he went out, where are you going? Who you going with? Who's that texting you? Every time I had to catch myself, go, no. You know what I'm saying? I try, I'm trying to do right in my head. I'm not telling him that. He don't even know. I'm just correcting myself, right? And then when I got into my new relationship, I had to realize that, I dated myself for 10 years after him. I learned to love myself. You can't, I'm going to get to this right here. This is just going to be a statement that I think everybody needs to. You can't make somebody else happy. And if they're looking for you for their happiness, that's going to turn out toxic, right? And if they don't love themselves and they expect your love to fill them up and make them love themselves, that's also not going to work. That's going to become toxic. They have to be okay with themselves. If somebody just got out of like a toxic relationship like that, you got to take time to get over that. That's not easy. 3 years with an abusive alcoholic, I had to take time to learn to be different and not carry over those traits into a new relationship, to not blame the next person for what he did.
And sometimes it takes people longer than others. Just like we was talking about being celibate. Some people can't fathom being celibate more than a couple months, 6 months tops. Some people just go out there and just fuck just to be fucking because they gotta have that scratch that itch. But when it comes to the comment in the chat, who was that? Was that Be Easy? No, that's Chad said hood, but if we not in a committed relationship, then we both outside. And that, yeah, I said Chad, I don't know why I want to call him Be Easy, but I did say even if we're not in a committed relationship, you still want to know if somebody is dicking down somebody else, like, and you have that choice to be with that person. Some people don't mind.
Yeah, it's so. I'm gonna say this.
Some people don't mind being in an open relationship.
To me,
But
about
at
the
least
lying.
allow that person the honesty to know, yeah, I'm not, I'm seeing this person, I'm seeing, you're not the only one I'm seeing. And there's nothing wrong with that. If people want to see different people, there's nothing wrong with that. But you still should let the other person have that choice if they want to fuck with you or not. I'm just saying. Some people don't mind the open relationships. I fuck with who I want to. You fuck with who you want to. But I think that's just a grown up thing for grown ups to do, like some mature shit. That's just what I think.
What do you think about this saying right here?
Good things come to those who wait. Absolutely.
I'm gonna tell you,
Absolutely.
the reason that I decided to be celibate, I did try to date between my husband and that relationship. But here's something I got to tell you: I did something that most people are not going to do. I wanted to get to know the next person through their mind, right? Not through their body. So I made them wait. A lot of them proved to me they were not willing to wait and get to know me. They wanted that fast. They wanted that I'm not that woman. So guess what? They didn't get that. My husband, however, waited. He proved to me that he loved me for me and not for what was between my damn legs. And excuse my French, but I had to say it that way.
Girl, we ain't gotta excuse no French over here. And that's and Chad, I was literally about to say that too. If you out there and you out and about and you on a date or going to the movies with somebody and they fucking with other people, man, I knows it happens. I don't know how much it happens these days, but it was nothing for brothers to be fucking around with a lot of females, and then they getting. I know one time some dude had a female jump out at him at the stoplight, right in the hood at the stoplight, the center of our city, 5-way traffic. Jumped out of her car, blocked him in, banging on his window. Who the fuck is that? Like, you can get caught up in so many different type of situations, by not just being honest with people.
What do you think about this comment?
See now, I'm gonna say I had read that a minute ago.
Holy
Lolo
smokes!
Jones, the athlete, is a 45-year-old virgin. How much longer should she wait? In my opinion, until she finds that person she's willing to give it to. Because just like I would tell a young lady who was out there, I waited till I was 19 years old.
That motherfucker's sealed.
If I could have waited longer, I would have.
Find that person that you're not gonna regret giving it to. Because I do not regret. Me and my first were first together. You know what I'm saying? We went together in high school or whatnot. We waited till after I graduated. I do not regret that person. But I'm pretty sure there's probably people in the chat go right now go, shit, I regret that motherfucker.
I'm not gonna say. Well, I did. Well, yeah. Okay. I'll go with that. If I could probably change, if I could probably change some timelines in the past, I probably would have waited longer because I think I got into sex for all the wrong reasons. Because of what I was dealing with in life and abuse and things like that. I think I got into sex for the wrong reasons. I thought everything was about sex. That's all guys want, and sometimes that is true. But I literally got into sexual relationships for the wrong reason, looking for something out there to, without getting all into it. You know what I'm saying? But if I could, I probably would have waited, and I definitely wouldn't have given it up to certain people that in hindsight, that I did give it up to, and I don't want to say give it up to because it's a two-way thing most of the time. But you know what I'm saying? I would have made wiser choices, but in hindsight, everything happens for a reason. So if you had sex with such and such, Joe Blow, whatever, everything happens for a reason. Whether you had kids or not, but yeah, if I could go back, I probably would make a few different choices.
So what do y'all think about this? Sometimes good things fall apart so better things can fall in place. I believe in that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, I agree. Sometimes also we'll be praying for something, right? We'll be sitting there going, "Oh, I want this to work out. I want this to be good." And sometimes the best thing that God does is don't answer them prayers because you be thinking that's really what you want, and come to find out you may want it, but you don't need it. If that makes sense.
Yeah. And as far as I know, Cassie said 19 years old is
I
different.
just seen that.
I wouldn't rush. I mean, I don't look if that's what she want to do. I mean, I really don't think no one way or the
Dana
other
said 45. Whoo.
because you don't miss what you ain't never had. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't just like a person who might have met their husband or the person they've been with at a very young age and they never had sex with nobody else. They don't know what it's like out there to fuck somebody else. They don't know if that's the average size penis that I got at home in my bed. They don't know if somebody can make them feel better. If you don't know what you never had, then she might not be missing shit. You know what I mean? And just because she's abstinent doesn't mean that she might not be having relationships or going on dates or having great times. It's just the sex isn't involved yet.
What
But
the hell is Cassie talking about?
I mean,
Oh,
hey,
Blessings and warmth. That shit just stuck out to me. I was like, what the
I
fuck?
saw something about a fupa in there too. I'm like, you know what?
Back to
Have
the
y'all watched the
discussion.
new Tiffany Haddish? Okay, let me ask y'all this.
don't
Have
be
y'all
hating on
watched
the fupa.
Have y'all watched the new Tiffany Haddish show on is it Peacock? It's like a 6-part series of her vacationing for a month with her best of friends in Africa. And she marries herself on there. Um
Oh
and
boy.
that's something I would probably never do. But some of her friends were married, some were single. Tiffany, we know she's been married before, she's been dating celebrities here and there, but she's single right now. And man, if you watch that show, a lot of these different topics come up in that show that we're discussing. Oh, it was good. And it's funny. Tiffany Haddish, I know some people don't think she's funny, but it's her and her 4 best friends. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's her and her 3 best friends. 2 of them are sisters, and then the other chick. But it's really good. And they talk about a lot about relationships and sex and dating and trusting people and starting over. That's a really good. If y'all looking for something, entertaining to watch, I would definitely give it a try. It's on Peacock and it's only like 6 episodes. But she actually married herself, and at first her friends was like, "Bitch, what's the fuck wrong with you marrying yourself?" And she was like, because a lot of people who say you can't expect things or expect people to treat you a certain type of way if you don't really know how you want to be treated, if you don't really know what you like, things like that. And again, it's something everybody would do. I probably definitely would never marry myself per se. It's not real anyway, but yeah, she did that. She was like, I'm making a commitment to myself to do this, not accept this, and da 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 da. But it was just very interesting on so
I'll
many levels.
say, if you think about it though, in retrospect, when you are dating, like not dating anyone, and you're celibate for that many years or for a certain amount of years, right? You are sort of marrying yourself and dating yourself, because who do you have to turn to but me, myself, and I? And when you do that, I will say I got so much clarification on who I am, what I will accept, what I won't. You know what I'm saying? Got happy within myself. So I didn't need my husband. Or no, yeah, I didn't have to have him. I wanted him because he's an amazing human being. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't have to have you. And when you get to
Right.
that point of clarification, and I think it is good if she dates herself, gets to learn herself, know herself, love herself, because a lot of people don't love themselves. And how are you gonna give your heart and love somebody else if you can't love yourself?
Exactly, exactly. And when you do take those breaks, like I mentioned before, how I have I know people in my life who couldn't, I mean, literally they break up with one man and next thing you know, they bringing somebody else over. Like, who is this? Like, I'm talking about what's their name again? I don't want to get fucked wrong. Like, I'm on the phone with people, like calling people by the wrong name. Oh, girl, what you say that for? I'm like, well, I'm getting confused. Like, some
Girl, I
people
got a
don't
friend
give
just like
yourself a
that.
break. You have to give yourself a break in between. I ain't saying go 10, 15 years, but some people, it's if it takes them that long to be able to find, it's so many bad people out there. I would never, like, I don't give a damn if people say you got cobwebs growing down there, what the fuck not. Most people who judging you for not being in a relationship is not happy in their own damn relationship. And
Say that again.
they're usually complaining to you or complaining to somebody else about their own damn relationship, but then they on social media playing in people's faces like they're in the happiest relationships, and you know the real tea behind the scenes. But then they look at you like you ain't got no man yet, you ain't got no woman yet. What the fuck wrong with you? Why you ain't? But you over there depressed and stressed out every day with your man. So just let people do what they want to do. Don't ever rush into something just because of society or how people look at you. Take your time.
Preach, Hood Table. You preaching one tonight, ain't she? I mean,
Hey.
I got a friend who does that every. I done lost track. I done lost track. Done lost names. I can't keep up.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna say this, like we've spoke about this before. I didn't just do that for my own self. I have a son who looks up to me. You know what I'm saying? As his mother. And her son said the one thing that I never wanted my son to ever say to me, that you cared more about a man and what's between your legs than you did me.
No way.
I would never want my. Thank God, my son looked at me and said, "Mama, you better go out there and date. Go find somebody." Mama, he tried to push me out the door. What you talking?
That's funny because mine was like, who isn't it? Then my youngest one, Cam, it was so funny when they was coming up because a lot of times, again, a lot of times when we women are dating and seeing somebody, our kids have no idea. So a lot of times our kids think that we just pining away. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so my oldest son, he would be the one who, Mama, you need a date, you need to find somebody, and then the other one be like, nah, she good, whatever, whatever. Then the other one's like, make sure he got a good job, make sure he can buy us shit like you be doing, and make sure, and the other one's like, nah, we good, we don't need nobody else, so but then when they got older, and you know how kids sometimes tell you the shit that they used to do, and just have those grown up conversations with your kids, but not revealing too much shit. They be like, what? You ain't been single all this time? Like, no, I haven't. Shit, what the fuck? Like, but when it comes to raising kids and come to being a single parent, you have to be really, really careful. Really careful when you have kids because people can put on that representative, and next thing you know, they done snaked your way into your life, destroyed you and your household, fucked up your kids and everything. Then your kids have all this resentment when they grow up, because you allowed a certain person in their life. So you have to be really careful when you are raising children and dating. Because some
Hurt
people
people hurt people.
and some people
That
look
is
for
a
women.
fact. I'm sorry, Hood
Yep.
Table. But
Yep, you're right.
that comment just jumped out at me because That's one thing, you know, you got to look for when you said like what are some of the things, Charlie, that is just an absolute no. It's definitely recognized that, you know what I'm saying, oh yeah, this person is definitely one of them hurt type, you know what I'm saying, and they don't want nothing really good for me. They may like me now and love bomb me and all that type of shit, but I just have a feeling, and you will get them feelings to like, you know, if it goes sour, it's gonna really be sour. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be the type of sour to like that statement says, man. They got a lot of hurt in them, and all they want to do is if you ain't on board with whatever they got going, they just want to see you fall, fail, and everything underneath that fucking, you know, check all them boxes. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's too much. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't
Mm-hmm.
mean to shortstop you, but I just seen that, and that's just real, y'all. And that's again, that's with both sides, man. That's male and female. Don't get it twisted. There's a
Yeah.
lot of hurt motherfucking dudes out there too, and
Yeah.
they don't want to see they girl win if they ain't fucking with them no more because they know how cool she is, and especially if she getting their money and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And really just about her shit, and you just kind of fucked off the, you know, you dropped the ball. You know what I'm saying? So it goes both ways. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you, Cassie. Um,
Yeah. Thank you so
but
much, Cassie. You have a
Sweet
good night.
dreams, Miss Cassie.
but yeah, y'all go ahead though. I just had to just speak on that real quick.
Oh no, I was just gonna say,
Oh,
some people, some guys and women, it can happen both, but some of them look for women who may seem desperate or lonely and have children. They're looking for women with children, so
That's a
you have to be
fact.
careful. You have to be careful while you're out there dating. This world can be crazy. And one thing I want to add to what Riggs just said, then I'm gonna let Charlie chime in. Was some people don't want to see you succeed because they want you to be dependent on them. So be
Mm,
careful about that. Like the love bombing, Riggs. It's we never really discussed that, but I have a friend who I've been discussing that shit with recently. And you have back in the day, I didn't know what love bombing was. There's new terms that's coming to us over the years. I didn't know what love bombing was, but when I look back at shit, I'll be like, damn, like love bombing is something else. People will do anything to get you to like fall in love with them and think they're this great person and
gaslighting.
stuff. And then next thing you know, they like this horrible, like it's like a Jekyll and Hyde type of shit.
absolutely.
Yeah. But anyway, go ahead, Charlie.
No, I'm gonna tell you, two of the things that you got to be careful for. It's a very toxic trait. Is when they gaslight you, love bomb you, when they are stage four clinger. Like if they have to spend every waking moment with you, and they
Stage
want
four clinger.
to, you know what I'm talking about. You know the kind I'm
Hell
talking.
yeah.
I have a friend who does this to her husband every time. Like he works Monday through Friday, every dang day of the week for his wife, and all he wants to do is go fishing with his male friends. Now I ain't even time out a female present. And she's like, no, that's family day. That's family day. Every time he tries to do so, I was like, yeah, and that's why that man is so unhappy because here's the thing. Let you go, like, have your mama or somebody watch the kids. You go do your little thing, Thizzle. He go do his little thing, Thizzle. Then y'all come back together. Because if you don't spend time apart every once in a while, how you gonna miss each other? Right? And
That's a good
gaslighting
point.
somebody, making somebody always believe it's they fault, and they always saying I'm sorry. If you always have to say I'm sorry all the time, something's wrong in your relationship.
I don't like that clinginess. I mean, I love to have attention, trust. I love to have attention. I love to draw attention, but I don't like the clingy shit. Like somebody to feel like they always got to be underneath you or you always got to be underneath them. They can't go into the next room without you. Like you can't hang out with your girls. They can't hang out with their guys. Like it's really important in relationships that you have your own, like you can have a world together, but you got to have little pieces that belong to other people, your friends, your cousins, your mom, your children. You got to have those other places besides just them being your center of everything. And if they don't allow you or act like they have a problem with you hanging out with other people, or they jealous, or you going to the club, well, I'm going too. Like, mm-mm. It's very unhealthy to not have your own space, your own you know, people to hang out with outside of that person you might be involved with. It's very unhealthy.
Hey, Liz went from popping it to damn near going Shakespeare on a motherfucker though. That's cold. She said, "Water seeks its own level, don't settle."
Yes. Say it. Say that, Liz.
God
Say
damn.
that. Don't settle. Don't settle. And I would rather for you to be single and abstinence forever, but before you settle. Now we're all, and again, I said this before, we all settle for something, but the overall package, we shouldn't settle. There's always going to be something that somebody does that we might think they should do differently, or things like that. Especially, like I said, that some of the things that we thought were very important growing up, some of the standards, they're not that important as we got older. And sometimes who did we have that? Ooh, I ain't gonna bring their name up. You know what? Never mind. Never mind. But y'all probably know who I'm talking about when we got into that big settling debate. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta be a little bit open-minded and give people a little bit more grace. But you don't have to settle on your happiness. Don't ever
And
settle on your happiness.
if you're sitting here every day of your life unhappy, the shortest thing we have, the most what do you call that? Valuable thing we have is time, right? Because we don't get enough of it. We don't get enough of it in our life. Why be unhappy? Why stay with something that you're sitting there miserable in your life? You know what I'm saying? Don't do that to yourself, because you're going to look back when you 80, 90 years old and you can't change that. You can't get back that time.
Yep. Yep. Time is very valuable. Very valuable. But some people think, oh, well, I'm this age. I gotta hurry up and find somebody. I gotta hurry up and get married. I gotta hurry up and have a kid. Like, you don't have to rush. You don't have to rush. I feel like whatever's meant to be is gonna happen.
Was meant
You
to
know,
be, it'll
I don't
be.
like to try to I don't like to try to change the outcome of life. You know what I mean? By rushing it. So I take my time and I think about who I have in my life, whether it's a man or a friend. I really do, because, like you said, life is too valuable, and I don't want to spend it being miserable or having people in my circle that's really not for me.
And not everybody got your best interests at heart. Some
Yep.
people be smiling in your face while
Mhm.
sticking that knife right in it and twisting it and turning it. And like, I'm gonna say this: people would see a valuable woman like you, the hood table, or a
Mhm.
valuable man like Mr. Riggs over here, and they will tell you all the niceties and everything you want to hear. But technically, they got that knife ready. You get what I'm saying? So protect your peace, protect yourself, get to know a person, have those honest conversations. And if you can't have those honest conversations with somebody, that's another red flag. You got to be able to be honest with your partner about whether it be what you're building together, finances, sexually, every like. If you cannot have a honest conversation and there's going to be a fight because of it, that's another problem.
Mhm. Mhm. Yep. And thanks to the comments in the chat. I'm looking at y'all comments. Y'all making some really, really good comments. But Liz said, "Trust no man. They must prove themselves and earn everything."
Well, I'll say that for like Mr. Big Rigs. I'm gonna say this, Mr. Big Rigs, you gotta watch out. Some of these hoes be crazy. I'm just
Ah,
saying.
she said, "Hoes. They
They
got hoes.
Hell yeah.
They
them
got
ain't ladies.
hoes."
They pretending to be ladies. You know the kind I'm talking about. And just like the hood table, she gotta be careful with them male hoes, because they pretend to be real men and they really be little boys
Ah,
acting
man
little girls.
horse. Man
You know,
horse.
can't be having them. We gotta put them to the side.
Mm-mm.
Y'all deserve the best, because I'm gonna say this. I just want to give y'all's flowers. uh, Mr. Big Rig, Mr. Hood Table, y'all are some of the two of the best people I have
You just
ever
called her
met.
Mr. Hood Table, and
Yeah, and I
we
kind of
gotta
looked
correct
over
that
that
real quick.
like
I've
Miss
been
Hood
drinking a little bit of
Table,
this brew,
I was
but
acting like I ain't
God,
it. I knew what
uh,
she meant.
she
I
know
knew
what
what
I
she.
meant. She know me. That's my sister from another mister. But y'all are two of the best people that I have ever met in my life. Hood Table, she's so laid back, so chill, just got a good heart. Same thing for you, Big Rigs. You got a great heart. Y'all got a head on y'all's, shoulders. Y'all doing y'all's thing, Thizzle. And I just want to see the best for y'all. And whoever y'all decide to get with, I just want them to treat you right. That's all I want, with respect and much love.
That's what's up. I
Please.
appreciate that, Charlie. Shout out to TC.
I appreciate
Oh,
that
TC, bring
too.
your butt up here, girl.
What up, TC? And I do appreciate that, Charlie. And that's what I want for everybody. I was talking to somebody the other day about black love. No shade to Charlie. You know me, my chocolate, my white chocolate, right? But I was just talking about, being in love and finding somebody and having your person. I love people to have love and people to have healthy relationships and have that person. But what I hate is to know that my people, whether it's family or friends, are in miserable relationships and they're so unhappy and they can't let it go. They just can't let it go. So I wish happiness on everyone, like friends, family, you guys. I wish
Yes,
happiness.
you can, Liz. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Hood Table.
Mhm.
No, go ahead. I was just letting Liz know she can.
Oh yeah. That's all I was gonna say. I just wish happiness on everyone, really, relationship wise, health wise, career wise. Just yeah. I ain't no hater. I ain't no hater. I ain't gonna
Uh-oh.
play and hate on you. Hey,
That's
TC
hey,
got us
right.
a good
hey.
That's
question,
right.
y'all hear what TC say? I have a very challenging question I need help with. Ooh,
Oh
what
Lord.
she coming up in 2 minutes. She
Oh
said,
Lord, is TC about
Yeah,
to
she
hit the
said
link?
2 minutes.
Oh
A
Lord.
challenging question, huh?
What's she about to ask? I be scared sometimes, TC. Woo.
she come with the fire. She always
I
bring
do.
it.
I
I
love
love
me
it.
some TC, but when she be like, I got a question, I'm like, oh Lord, what's she about to ask? But what up, Dana? How you doing?
Yep,
Liz,
I see
everybody in
Dana
the
in the chat.
chat.
Everybody in the chat, man, they doing their thing too, man. The chat moving, everybody grooving. That's what I like to see. We don't be all, you know, 70s and hundreds or nothing up in here, but the chat be moving really well, man, for the little 13 I got going, Shit. And let me see what we looking like on these
Yeah,
likes,
how many
man.
likes we got? Make sure y'all like the
Yeah,
video.
we at 31. I appreciate that, y'all. I asked for 30. Y'all got me 31. Shit, let's see if we can get 35. I appreciate that though, y'all, for real.
Yes. What up,
Because
premium?
I know there's a lot of shit going on, a lot of people live, you know what I'm saying? So I know y'all may be probably bouncing back and forth, and I ain't mad at you, but I really appreciate you guys sliding through, man, and rocking out with us for real, for real.
Yes. Absolutely. And then y'all know this next coming Sunday, we're gonna be on my channel and we're gonna be discussing some uh trending topics, celebrity news, and
Child, we
Riggs.
gonna get to talk about the Diddy and the 50 Cent thing.
Yes, I was just about to say
Oh,
Riggs hit that a little bit when he was on his show the other day. And I was like, let me hit Riggs up and let him know that's what I had wanted to. Not
Did
like
you
he,
see it? Did you
yeah,
see the I
I've
haven't
been
seen
I
it yet.
waiting.
watched it. I
I've
watched it
been
this weekend.
waiting to discuss this with you guys. I'm like, I can't wait till we start going live again because I want to discuss that. But it's 4-part series on next Netflix, and it's so worth it. And what I took from that, without going into all the details to take away from our topic tonight, but what I took from that was a lot of bullshit that a lot of us hear over the years about certain people in the celebrity world. We be knowing they be true. We be knowing the shit be true. Like it might sound far fetched, some of the shit we hear, but it is. I can't wait to get into that shit. The Biggie and the Pac and all that shit.
Oh,
Like,
I can't wait, girl. Let me tell you something. Y'all gotta watch it. If you ain't seen it, please go watch
gotta
the
watch it.
documentary. Get ready for next Sunday, cause I know y'all gonna want to come up on the hood table and talk about this. It's the pettiness
You
of
have to
50.
watch it. And people think
I'm
50
gonna have to
like
take a look at it. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm gonna have to check it
Rich.
out.
I'm gonna need you to take time out this week and watch that. And
And that's what you want to do next Sunday? You want to speak on
yeah.
that? Okay.
And I heard who was that I was talking to in your chat when you went live the other day? Was it Be Easy? I think it was Be Easy. And they were saying how 50 is petty and he needs to just mind his business and whoop, whoop, whoop. That's the problem.
I
With
love
a
his
lot of
pettiness.
these celebrities, that's the problem with a lot of the things that they be doing. And even in our own world, our own hoods, our own, when people constantly sweeping stuff under the rug, when they know people is out there doing detrimental shit to people, and they allow them to continue it and continue it and continue it over the years. Um, that's a big thing in that community, that celebrity world. They do so many horrible things to people, and they keep being allowed to do it because a lot of celebrities don't want to discuss it for fear of being blackballed, or things like that, not being allowed in certain social circles anymore. But yeah, I thought it was really good. Keep on Fitty. Y'all know I like me some Fitty anyway. Keep on Fitty. Your petty
Well,
motherfucking
there's
ass.
some things I found out about that, but I'm gonna save that for yo's.
Yeah,
That
we gonna talk
50
about
actually did some good stuff, but
it. We gonna talk about it.
You said Diddy also did some good stuff. You said Charlie.
no, I said 50.
But I
Oh,
say
50.
50 ain't, I mean, Diddy ain't did shit good from what I can tell over the years. Besides look out for himself.
While people talking crap about 50 being petty, they don't realize the other stuff though. So, just giving
Yeah.
50 his flowers.
What y'all say? Check out Gene Deal on the Art of Dialogue, talking about he done said the director told him so, wasn't over nothing. Yeah, let's put his name on it.
Gene Deal don't like bro at all.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out. What up, TC?
Hey, what's going on?
The HBCU queen, what up?
What up,
What's
what up,
going?
what up?
What's up, the hood? What's up, Big Rig and Charlie in the
What's going down?
building?
Hey,
We
my
missing you. We missing you.
Listen. I've been listening, and I've been here. And listen. Oh, hey to the chat. I see Liz. I see Joanne. See a couple other people. Hopefully, I don't forget everybody. But I just wanted to say hello. I did have a question. This conversation is right up my alley and necessary. Okay, speed dating. Okay.
Oh, I never done that before, but I always wanted to.
Okay. Let me just give you a little something, something.
Okay.
Speed dating. People who are 50 and over. Okay. It's really 50 to 70. Okay. Now we're trying to think of the questions to ask, right? And we got a little kerfuffle. Me and my little crew. We got in a little kerfuffle about what kind of questions. So here's the thing. We're not gonna really tell people what questions they should ask. We're gonna give them like five foundational questions that you should ask in a conversation with someone, and then five clarifying questions. Right. So one of the questions somebody asked, they said when in my little circle, we're just giving people ideas. Um, should you ask a person if they have a disabled child?
Mm.
And I thought about that. I said, okay, like, so I that's what speed dating is, I guess, right? This is like an
Wow, I
accelerated
never.
I would have ran
That's
out of time. I don't.
because see,
That
here's the
wouldn't.
thing.
That wouldn't go through my
Remember, I
head.
said 50 to 70. A mindset, people who are 20 to 30 have a particular mindset. Then the 30 to 40, they have a particular
Absolutely.
40 to 50 and on and on. When you're 50
every
years
decade.
old,
Mhm.
we not like Steve Harvey said, we not boyfriend and girlfriend. That's some bull crap. Okay. You like me, I like
Right.
you.
That's my boyfriend.
You know,
That's my nigga.
oh, okay. Oh, that's good to know. We want to know some things like, where you live, how you live, and how many children, okay, you never been married. Is there a reason for that? Oh, okay, things of that nature. Sometimes you have to, well, I would think that you want to ask those questions for clarity so you're not sideswiped later on down and on and on. But what do y'all think about the question, asking someone, do they have a disabled child?
I don't think that's a bad question because
Oh.
here's the thing.
Hey,
I ha
Sincere.
I have
Sorry.
a child who has mild CP, correct? His does not affect him long term. He'll be able to do his own thing. But
Hmm.
let's say you're in that age range, 50 to 70, and
Okay.
that person has a dependent child that is completely disabled and depends on them for everything.
Right.
Sometimes that is a very like thing for somebody else to take on. That's a responsibility, right? Some people may not want to take on that responsibility. Some may not mind it because during the age range you're talking about, people want to retire, they're wanting to slow down, they're wanting to chill, right? They may not want to take on that new responsibility of having to have to take care of somebody that's bedbound and that needs 24-hour care. But then that
Okay.
leads to the question, why don't they also ask, are you taking care of a parent right now that may be bedbound?
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
And I was gonna say that
Okay. Got you.
it would kind of catch me off guard. But to be honest with you, TC, that actually is a good question because as Charlie was saying, that may be a deal breaker with some people. So if
Right.
that wasn't a question that was asked, you know what I'm saying, and
From the
say
gate. From the gate.
right. So yeah, I respect it.
Okay, because it was very interesting because there was a lot of pushback about that question, and then as I thought about it, because I thought about it from a couple of different perspectives here, and one of them was Big Rig, uh, you know my women, my women. We want to be honest and transparent and truthful and want to know what somebody is really feeling and what they're thinking. And as soon as the question is asked, is oh my God, you just offended me, all of that. And I looked at it from of course, the age perspective because this isn't a crowd. Charlie, you made mention that sometimes depending on the person, it could be a deal breaker. 50 to 70 people are headed and they're in a particular point in their life that they peaked possibly, but they're ready to not go downhill, like call it quits, like I'm not ever. Some people may want to start traveling, some people may want to depending on what they were thinking of as they hit those golden plus years, right? And so I just think I thought that the question I sided with a couple of people. It was like seven of us. So it was like 4 versus 3. So I'm in the 3 category, and I said also, um I looked at it from an LGBT LG, well, I'm not even gonna say that, LG standpoint. I don't believe in the BTQIA anymore. That's it for me. I'm done with that. It's just LG. I believe that oftentimes when you're looking at like two males, right? Two males don't necessarily have the I guess you could say the uh, custody of the child like a mother has custody of a child. And so oftentimes, certain people, a person may be asking because they want to know what kind of responsibilities they may have. If they're, it's a package, right, y'all? Isn't that what y'all say to your
Yeah.
men? And isn't that what? So if
Package
it's
deal. Hmm.
so if it's a package, and this person is digging you, then they should know, right? I just thought, and I think that there's so many different layers. So we finally came to a truce that they should ask that as a clarifying question. Like, do you have any children? And then if you do, like, or if you have anybody. No, it wasn't the children, it was the, are you responsible for someone else, or you have other responsibilities outside of yourself, like children or siblings, or
Or a parent,
um
even if you have a deceased
parents,
parent.
elder parents, right? Exactly. So we're really trying to construct it so that it's not, offensive. Because we don't want anybody to, start scrapping or nothing. People start if they're anything like these beef sector people,
Somebody might really be offended, like
they be like, Mo freaking what?
So
then they ain't
TC
ready
gonna
for the
have
speed dating if they getting all offended like that over a question. I mean, I think
Right,
there's nothing wrong with that
right.
question. So they kind of need to check themselves, TC, to keep it 100.
But
So
I got a funny. You gonna have the 50 or 70-year-olds in there fighting like that?
don't say that, Charlie. Don't put that on us, please. We want it to be peaceful. And so I think what we're gonna do is come up with a questionnaire first. I don't know. We wanted it to be organic, you know what I mean? People could just come out and ask, but people's communication sometimes asking people questions. Some people don't know how to. I don't know. Look, y'all, we are. I thought it was. I think it's a good question. I'm gonna stand on that. I think it's an excellent question. But I don't want to hear anybody be, offensive. Like, you got somebody that needs their meds, or we don't want those slang slurred type of things. But I think there's a way to ask a question and in order to get the answer that you're
I
looking for.
think the best way to phrase that question would be
Okay.
like, so what are your responsibilities? Like, do you take care of anyone? Right.
Mm.
And then once they answer, if they have to clarify, right? Then ask, so what entails those responsibilities? Like, how does that look in your daily life? Because
Okay.
it's not sometimes always what you say, it's how you say it. I wouldn't come out and ask somebody if they had a disabled child or something like that, because that could be considered offensive. Or if they're taking care of, like, let's say an elderly parent that has something wrong with them or something or another. But to ask of what your responsibility are, then that could lead to the person opening up and saying, well, I take care of my elderly mother who had a stroke, blah blah blah, or I take care of my
Mm.
disabled child. You know what I'm saying?
I
I like
got
that,
you.
Charlie. I like that approach better too than do you have a disabled child? Because a lot of us who are older, we are taking care of our older parents, not necessarily a child, because most children by now are grown when you get to our age. There are some who might have disabilities who are maybe in their 30s and they're somebody's child and they still take care of them. But for the most part, most children are grown out the house around our age, and then it's our parents who might be needing assistance, need to be taken
Right.
to doctors 3-4 days a week, or stuff like that. So I do like that approach better, Charlie.
True.
That's my perspective.
Can I answer, Liz? Liz, you know what? Liz is wrong. Liz, I am not speed dating. It's just a group. We're thinking about having like a speed dating thing. This is for actually next year. A girlfriend of mine has a floral shop, right? And she has flowers and she does plant. She has lots of plants, lots of flowers. She makes arrangements for funerals, weddings, Mother's Day, and of course, Valentine's Day is one of her big, like right now, she's doing big things, but Valentine's Day and Mother's Day, woo, it is off the chart. So she wanted to have like a little fun thing, like in January, like at the end, in the end of January, have like a speed dating kind of thing for, kind of like a precursor to Valentine's Day to drum up.
That's a good idea, though. Do it like in January, and maybe some of those people might end up being customers in February.
Exactly, the hood. There you go. Cause I'm like, look, we gotta make some change. What we doing? You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is, Liz. I'm not doing the speed dating, no ma'am. I'll be the one in there scrapping, but I don't have a good, I don't have a good,
That sounds
I
like fun, though. I
don't have
would
a
do
good
that.
history. Hmm?
If they
I
did
agree
something
with
like
that.
that here, I might do something if they do something like that here, because it looks fun. Like you get like what?
Charlie's being messy.
Don't you get like 2 or 3 minutes? Then you move on to the next person.
Yeah, it was three. It was gonna be 3 minutes.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Charlie was being messy, but she was being so honest, so
Yeah.
honest. She's
I'm
my
gonna get in
my
trouble.
history, my history, and in the love zone is an off. But anyway, yeah. So
That
that's
sounds
what's going
fun.
on.
I'm glad you guys are doing that. It sounds fun, and it's so many different ways to meet people these days compared to the old fashioned way.
Uh huh.
The internet,
Hmm.
social media, there's so many different ways to meet people out here, and I do like that compared to over the years where you have to run into someone or somebody got to say, "Hey, I know this person who's single." People get blind dates and shit. But that sounds fun, and you get to learn a lot about people, And then like when
Right.
you do those speed datings, if they decide like they want to be with somebody, do they like exchange numbers? Like how does that work at the end? Do they
So,
just
well, we have a couple of people. So I'm on the committee where we're like trying to get the operation, and so the people who are doing the introduction and then the ending part of it, like you said, how does it end? How do we make sure that we secure people's privacy and
right?
confidentiality? At the same time, if they want to, I guess, if they like somebody, and how to you can't tell them that they can't give each other numbers. So it's just making sure that everybody's safe at the end of the day.
So you need to come with business card in tow, just in case you want to hand somebody your business card. Like call me.
Exactly. And I think maybe we need to make the business cards up, because we are we're also, pre-registering
That'll be
everybody.
cool. Yeah.
So we can make up a business card, just like whatever they may want. But, we don't have to give them like all of, where
Like
somebody
where you
works.
work and all right,
Right.
right,
Right.
right. Pretty
Somebody may
fair.
work somewhere and they don't want to give their business card, you know.
Right.
So,
And maybe you can have like a number on there like I don't want to say contestant, but like number one, number two, number three. That way you don't have to put their phone number on there, and then at the end, if they say I'm
hmm,
really interested in this person and number whatever, then they can like, hey, they interested, you want to have your real number, y'all connect. But yeah,
right.
that's a good idea.
Okay,
I
see,
like
that's why I know beef sector people. We know we know how to come up with stuff and things of that nature. So that's why I said,
all these damn contests and shit they be doing. All
oh
these
man,
money grab tests. That's what I call them, money grab tests, not contests.
oh my, we come up with it over this way, and have contests of all types and things of
No
that nature.
shade, no tea.
No shade, no tea.
Mhm.
But anyway, how's everybody doing otherwise in terms of the season? Well, and season's greetings to everyone.
Season's greetings. I just been busy working and trying to get my hustle on and
Yeah, I've been great.
things like that.
Okay,
Looking forward to
okay,
Christmas. I just love the
okay.
holidays. It's my favorite season. I just love the holidays. So, you know.
Listen, this is my favorite too.
Yeah, and then it's my birthday month as well. So Capricorn
Oh
in the
damn.
house. Hey, Capricorn.
Oh,
Happy
you a
early
Catholic? Oh, you a
birthday.
Yes, I'm
Catholic?
a Cap. Hmm.
Thank you, God, because there's so many Saggies up in this mug.
It is.
Shout
I
out
have
to
a
my
cousin whose
Leos.
birthday is 8 days ahead of mine, so he's Sag and I'm Cap, and we for the years we're only 8 days apart. So over the years we've thrown a lot of our parties together. So that's something I'm looking forward to also this
Okay, okay.
year.
Yes, we grown over here, Liz. That's right.
Yeah,
We
we
grown,
grown.
grown.
You can still be all acting out here, in the B sector doing your thing and still have grown conversations. You know,
Exactly.
it can't happen on everybody's panel though, because a lot of people try to have grown conversations on their panel and they end up swinging and banging by the end of the show. So, but that's one thing that we like to do on our shows It's okay to have grown conversations and even disagreements, agree to disagree, but we like to leave things on a good note all the time because we don't want nobody to feel no type of way or feel their
Hmm.
opinions are devalued or any. We can be grown over here without getting totally messy.
We ain't look, here's the thing. We ain't little children. And
Right,
let's say, I'm talking about something, but it may not align with, let's say, TC's values or something she aligns with. That don't mean that we have to hate each other or swing and bang on each other or,
right.
try to make our point by being mean to each other. You know what I'm saying? We
Hmm.
can say what we got to say, and if at the end we just don't agree with it, we don't. And that's okay
Mhm.
because we're supposed to have differences. If we were all the same, wouldn't it be boring?
It'd be so boring. It'd be so boring. Like
Yes,
I
that
love
is
to
so.
hear different opinions. That's why when Riggs came up with this idea with and other people have done it. Other people have done it. The female, the male, type shows on here. It's so nice to hear a male's perspective and a woman's perspective on the same topic. And even if sometimes Riggs might agree or I don't agree, or we never get to that point, even with our guests or people at the panel, where it's one way or the highway. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
we all come from different worlds and different walks of life, but we all can see different perspectives and hear different points of views on here without taking it there. Just keep it grown and
But
sexy over here. we
it's
just
like
we just grown.
this. We've had this conversation, right? Like, there have been times where, let's say, I said something, but y'all didn't quite understand. So either Big Rig or the Hood Table asked me clarifying questions, and then I finished it up, and either they agreed or they disagreed. There was times, same thing. Mr. Big Rig was saying something, so I asked some clarifying questions, and either we agreed or disagreed. But and there was sometimes that I would be saying something, and then because Mr. Big Rigs brought it up, and it made me think of it in a different light, a different manner from a male perspective. It helped me see it from a different way, a different viewpoint than I would have saw it as a woman. And vice versa. The Hood Table's done that. She'd be thinking stuff. Same thing with UTC, right? Y'all, the
Hmm.
way every one of our brains may come out with something a little differently. And it's good to have differences because it teaches us. It's how we learn.
Absolutely.
That's true. And I like how we discuss relationships sometime because a lot of us in this time period of our lives, we done been there, done that. And now we're trying to find out where we want to go now. So
Hmm.
a lot of people who started out in relationships in their early 20s, 30s, whatever, they're up to a certain spot where they're single again. And they don't know the lay of the land is so much different from back,
That's true.
back in the day, the dating scene and things like that. It always changes. So I love how we have these conversations and we hear different points of views and perspectives on men versus women. Not I want to say versus like we're combat, but I'm just saying, the men's side of you, the women's side of you, not
Hmm.
competing or anything like that. But it's nice just to have grown conversation and talk about grown up things, whether it's
I
life,
I I
children,
like the I
whatever.
like the I like the gentleman. Big Rigs has a couple of guys that come up here. Well, they come up and talk to him. Um, oh gosh, I
You
forgot
talking
their
about
names.
Easy,
Be
and then
Easy.
there's Chad, and what's the other one name? Riz, John, and that other guy, the older gentleman.
A brother
What's
of a certain age came
yes,
up.
I like him. He's
He was in the chat earlier too.
I
yes,
think yeah, they were in the chat too. Yeah, I like the guys that you have brought to the table.
mhm,
Well, and here's the reason why. They first of all they talk like they have some damn sense. Okay. And I like the way that you and them have discourse because it speaks volumes. To me, when men can have conversation with other men and um it's productive. Uh, to me, it comes off as being very respectful. I think of what my grandmother said. They were raised right. Now, I know that a lot of people have to put on airs and or something for this sector because they consider it a beef sector. So every time you sneeze around here, you have to beef, you know. And to be perfectly honest, I think that is so not at all. That I don't think that that's absolutely that's not true, and or it's not good. It's just not healthy at all. But the overall thing, okay, they got that. Now, I just think that big rigs, to the point, I listen to your conversation. I don't drop down. I don't even get in the conversation. You know why? Because there's sometimes you all are talking and I'm learning. Now, if I can't listen to you for 3 minutes and learn something, I'm gone. I'm done. Stick a fork in me. I'm done. I don't need no more of that in talking out, y'all know all the words I want to say, but it's 12 o'clock.
Well, I love the fact that they're respectful men. They're actual men, not acting like little children. They're
Right.
men who can have a grown
Right.
conversation,
Right.
and they
Right.
carry themselves with respect. And
Very well.
even if you have like a disagreement or we may not agree on something, they don't speak off of a woman's name. You know what I'm saying? Like they were like you said, they were raised right. You
They
know what
were
I'm
Very
saying?
right. Very right. And and it's funny because, like you said, Charlie, now there were a couple of times when they would go back and forth with, I guess having to clarify or to, I guess, get an understanding of what each other were thinking as it pertained to that particular subject. You don't have to fight and act like a pure, like you don't have any raising and rearing, and you can also disagree and still moving right along and not pout and Santa Claus is coming to town bull crap because you need attention and it's never any. I love listening to you all. And there was one time I was on the panel with you and I think it was Be Easy or him, that gentleman. And I also like the fact that y'all know when to let ladies talk and then come in and then add to the conversation. My father always taught me, if a man can get into your conversation and he doesn't add to it, then you cut him. Because if he can't add to it and be of some type of help to the situation or help to the people involved, he's not a leader. And one thing I don't do, I'm a follower, but I follow leaders. I don't follow followers. You see what I'm saying? And if a gentleman is a man, there's a couple of great men. Anthony McNeil is one. That's my buddy. Okay,
I
you
love
hear
him
me?
to death. I love Mr.
Okay,
McNeil. I'm gonna say
Anthony.
shout out to the real men. Just got to do
That,
that right there.
and that's right, the mature men, the ones, all of that. And Anthony's been in the sector ever since. He's been around for at least 8 some odd years. He does all kind of things with beats and things of that nature. But I have been down to the DMV and I guess you could say, like, hung out with him and his wife when they came and they saw me do a college prep orientation, and they came and supported me. And you know what? I love the fact that I can have brothers at some of my college prep functions because it's a lot of times it's a lot of women. But when Anthony stood up, he was trying to tell some of the parents about all of the different apprenticeship programs and stuff in that area. Man, they were just listening. The young men, the young ladies were taking it all in. And see, that's where I'm like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Brothers that can command, they can get up there and speak and don't have a problem scrapping if we got it. Y'all, I mean, if we got to do a little, y'all, I mean, let's go. You see what I'm saying? But can get up there and push a Brooks Brothers suit, but yet and still go fishing and put on his Oshkosh bagash.
Right. It's like
That's what I'm talking about.
That's very attractive to a lot of women.
Very attractive. It's very attractive.
men who can hold a decent conversation, like, and it's you could be from the streets, because a lot of us are from the streets. You could be from the streets, and then for you to be able to come from the streets and still be able to have a interesting conversation, a thoughtful conversation, an intelligent conversation. You
Mhm.
know, well, that's one thing I've always liked about a guy. Like that, my preference, a guy who's from the street, who might can get down with the get down. If something pop in, he ain't running behind me, but we can still have interesting conversations and topics.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But yeah. But anyway, we do have some that are in well, a few. I mean, some is a lot more than three, but we have a few big rigs, and we have some other, so a lot of folks that know how to carry themselves. I guess when need be. I like the way that ODS can carry himself and stay focused on, I guess, whatever the situation is, be it content messy or content, whatever it is going on, he still will stay focused and keep everything in order. For that is I call him a magi in my head. He's a magi, because to have to deal with a chat and then deal with a panel, then to deal with everything else that comes with that what y'all have to do to handle and maintain y'all channels. I a thumbs up to y'all.
It can be a lot. It can be a
It
lot,
is,
especially if you have
yeah.
those bigger channels. Like there's times where I've had a lot of people in my chat, and I have to say, I don't know how people do it every day, every time they go live. Like all those comments, all the trolls, all the people wanting
Hmm.
your attention, wanting you to see their comment, and it be going so fast, and I just can't do it. They be trying to read the chat, talk, and all. I'm like, hey, I, I give it up to those who can handle that, because it can be kind of
Hmm.
stressful sometimes having those humongous chats, 600, 700, 1,000 people in your chat every time you go live, and then trying to control your panel too, because a lot of people feel like you as a content creator, you have to control your panel, you have to control your guests, you have to, if something goes on wrong on your panel, it's your fault, things like that. So it's a lot of pressure.
Right.
It's a lot of pressure.
But
But
the
yeah,
the cold shit about them saying for you to control your panel is basically how they want you to control it.
yeah,
Mm.
that's true too.
You know what I'm saying? Like you could be doing
Hmm.
your thing, and like you say, sometimes it can get a little bit overwhelming. But they
You're
they
right.
don't know what it's like. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what it's like to be hosting, and you got, like you said, your chat going crazy, and you may have people trying to come up on your link and dealing with
Hmm.
people that you don't know, and probably had P bombers before prior. Like it's a
Hmm.
whole different fucking ball game. Yeah, it's fun, and we like to do this shit, but if it was to get all crazy or whatnot, I know that could definitely be a headache, man. That's a
Right.
fact.
Yeah,
Because when
and
you get
people
those
do try to
large
control.
numbers in your chat, you always get those fucking trolls.
You always do get the trolls, especially if you do what's the chat when it's up and down, the vertical
The
Yeah, them
vertical.
Yep,
verticals,
yep. You get
man.
everybody.
a lot of
What's
trolls,
up, Vibrant?
guys. But and then there's a lot of times I didn't have okay, over the years I didn't have people try to tell me what to do on my panel. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know what table you used to, but this the hood table. And I do things my way. If you don't like it, you're welcome to go somewhere else. But you also have to consider
Okay.
your supporters too. You know,
And all of that. Right.
yeah,
That's a definite.
you do have to consider certain things, and it's okay to receive like what do they call it? Positive criticism or things like that, because we all can do things better in our life. Every aspect we can do
Constructive.
better. Constructive criticism. Thank you, Charlie.
You got it.
So it's one thing to have constructive criticism, then somebody trying to tell you how to run your shit.
That part.
Hmm.
That's
Hey,
it. Hey,
Vibrant.
Vibe.
Hey, Nia.
Hey, what's up, Vibrant? How did you had a good time at the parties?
Hey, Vibrant,
Yeah.
my love. Oh, I'm gonna say
Okay,
this.
girl.
I want to say thank you to the hood table for always keeping me straight back in the day because sometimes it's hard to reel me in. I be going crazy, and she be like, "Charlie, settle down now," and I listen.
She said that I listen.
You know I love me some Charlie. Like that's my white chocolate over here, my sister from another mister.
Okay, white
Um,
chocolate.
yes, I know a lot of people, not a lot, but there are matter of fact, it was a live recently that I had saw and people were saying things about her she probably saw, but you know, as far as being racist and things like that. I don't listen, listen. I'm
Mhm,
very good at seeing people for who they really are. Something I done learned over time.
mhm.
And that's one thing that she's not, she's never been. She's always supported everybody, no matter what you look like, no matter where you come from. I will always support her. Always, always. That's my girl. That's my boo.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was a whole
Well,
messed
the
up
thing
thing.
is just people just they get to the the roast and drag or whatnot. You feel me? But it's like some things is just like kind of like all right, we just kind of like wait doing a little bit too much because the character does not show any of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's just like so when you hear things like that, you really don't take them serious because like they say, oh, it's roast drag, woo woo. If you can't take it, get out the kitchen. But it's just like I get it, but sometimes you're saying things and just like it's just it ain't necessary.
And
You know
not
what I'm
true.
saying?
Total lies.
Yeah, and then the thing is when you're around a community of people that run narratives and believe narratives over truth, it just makes things a little bit even more just like fuck, man, come on, like what are we doing? Because now you're gonna have to answer to this shit, and people are gonna ask you, yeah, and it's like they know it ain't true. But then
Mhm.
it's like they want you to be content on their panel or whatever they got going is regurgitate the same fucking situation. We all know how it goes. So like when those type of things happen, like they happen with me, you know what I'm saying? And I supposedly got a jacket on me like I don't fucking fuck with any of the LGBT or whatever, and I got him in my family and has said it plenty of fucking times. And people that come in and drop in the chat and shit or whatnot have been from that community and they have no issue with me or even thought of anything. It's just like they'll run a narrative and then just the people that want to run with it and pick it up and just basically just like fuck it, like they do what they do. But the people that know, they know. So you don't really have to address everything, when people say stupid shit or shit that's just really just like not true, because sometimes when you give things life, it's like, well, fuck. Now they're gonna put a spin. Well, like, well, shit. What if it isn't true? Then why are you always trying to defend it? It's like, damn, I'm damned if I do and damned if
Dude,
You
I
can't win
don't.
for losing,
yep,
man. You can't win for
yep.
losing.
So
There
you
you
just
go.
don't even give it no life, man. You don't give it no
No.
oxygen or air. What's up with it, LaKendra?
Hey, Miss
Hey,
Lakendra.
look,
And
Hey,
Kendra.
Anastasia.
LaKendra, how you doing?
Hey, Miss LaKendra, TC. What's up, girl? Listen, you know what? I had one last question. It's not a well, yeah, it is a
Is it
question.
messy? Is it messy?
No, it's not. This is a good one. It's a fun one. It's not messy. Okay, so y'all saw Sinners, right?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that movie. Oh, child.
Okay, all right. Well, okay. So word on the curb. Um, they're gonna have a number two.
Really?
I could believe
Okay.
it.
Now I'm okay. So
The
let
way
me just
it
ask you.
ended, yeah, the way it ended was really, yeah.
It was very
Yeah,
interesting,
I
right?
could believe
Now
it.
let me ask y'all a question. Did y'all see Godfather 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah, but I don't really
It's
remember
been
them all
years.
crazy though. Yeah, it's been a
Okay.
minute.
Remember, well, let me just say, actually, do you remember in Godfather 2, it was like they went back, like, okay, so Godfather 1 was they started in New York, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Godfather 2 was kind of like they went back to Sicily,
Yeah, the
like
land.
how it all got started, right?
Right. I remember that.
So, according to the word on the curb, um, they are looking at doing one of those type, like that, somewhat similar, in
With the
terms
with
of
the new
format.
sinners.
Right. So what they want to do is they want to start out with I guess something. What is it that you would have liked to have seen prior to Sinners itself? So let me tell you what I would like to see if they do a number two, or when they, when it comes out. I want to see the whole Choctaw, the Indian, the Native American, how the guy got to them, what happened prior to them out looking for him. I would love to know what that narrative was.
That's what they would
So
probably do if they're going to do it like that other, like you said, because that would kind of be part of the backstory.
right. So I'm asking you three, and anybody in the chat want to chime on in. What would you like to have seen, knowing what you've seen? What would you like to see in the second one?
Me personally, I probably like to see more backstory too on the brothers.
That's what I was going to say. On the brothers.
Oh, so when they were in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Chicago.
More of their upbringing, more of their
Mhm.
I would like to see that. I think if they did a part
because
two,
they had money and all kind of things, so they definitely have a backstory.
Right.
Oh
right.
yes.
Everybody didn't have it like that back then. So for you to
Right.
just see that in that type of story, they doing things, throwing their money around, like we saw little bits and pieces of what they done to get where they are, but yeah.
It was nice
They were like
to
or they were bootleggers or something like that. So yeah, I would just like to see a little bit more.
Okay.
And then
Not
the
just the brothers,
white people too, the backstory,
like the backstory to vampire.
the Asians, that community.
Uh-huh.
It was so many different nationalities, and I would like
Yeah,
to see
like
how they
who was the
all-
first motherfucker bit? You know what I'm saying? Like how did all that come into the play?
Yeah, it's a lot that they can do with part two.
Okay. Right.
Like,
right.
how did that do?
If they're
become
doing it the
vampire?
reverse way, like how she said though, because I like when movies do that. I'm not gonna bullshit you. But they got to do it right though. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta
But
get
I
it
like
right.
when they put out a movie and it did good, and then when they do like the second one, it kind of gives you the backstory of what you saw prior.
Mm-hmm. And Charlie, what'd you say? It was what
What
did
it
you
do,
just
Rodney?
Like, I would like you said, I would like to see like the Choctaw vampire hunters, how they became vampire hunters. Who was the first vampire? Like, I want to go like further back in, like all that, and then also to see like the brothers and how they grew up and how they found their first loves and all that. They could be different separate movies. They could do a whole
Yeah, because he knew
series
that one
on
chick, right?
Netflix.
He knew the
Yeah,
one chick prior,
knew
so
that one
they had an
chick.
engagement and all that.
Yeah, the one who came back. Yep.
Yep.
That's interesting. Very interesting. Oh, okay. All right. See, I didn't even
You're
think about
interesting,
this.
TC, because you brought up the question. You interesting.
Well,
Oh, listen, I thank you. I really do, and I know that they'll be thanking you all as well. And
We always love and appreciate when you slide on us. We be looking for you. I ain't even gonna lie. We be looking for TC in the chat.
I appreciate that.
Some good topics and good questions.
don't tell CC, but I'm always looking for her in the chat. Shh, don't tell nobody though.
That's between you and me, Charlie. That's between you and me.
And TC don't just be everywhere, so it's dope, man, to see TC. So shout out to TC, man.
Yeah, I'm definitely, calming down in that area. But these are kind of the questions that I like to ask, and I know that you will kind of, will have some kind of feedback for me. So, and
we
this is
definitely
gonna
got to have a conversation about that too. If they do TC, because I know you wanted to have one before, but it's been so long, I would have to watch that all over again. Like but I knew you wanted to have a conversation about that before in our schedules. It was like conflicting or whatever was going on with everybody. But if part 2 comes out, we definitely, and we can do it on your channel.
Absolutely.
I'm sure Riggs would mind if we did yours or his or mine or whatever. But I definitely would love to have that conversation.
Because okay, so the hood table, the Chicago thing has come up. They're going to do that, and as they do that in Chicago, one thing I like about this brother, and I love that guy, man, he was, his research team was on point. Okay, they researched all of those cultures, that time period, put them all together. They researched, because I have a lot of thoughts about that Chicago thing, but they are researching. Here's the reason why I'm saying that crap is this. I would really like to, we'll talk about maybe getting you all to, be those people that can help out with some of the beginning, the research stages. They do pay for that. That's a part of the budget.
Oh
Not,
yeah,
I'm
they
not
do pay for that. Yeah.
right. And so, and I know, Charlie, you know that lay of the land, pardon the pun. And I know that, Big and the Hood Tables, we've been talking about it for a minute. So they were asking me, did I know of people, and ask questions like focus groups. That's what it is. Focus groups. They pay good money for that crap.
Yep. Absolutely. Yep.
They paid almost two. Listen, they paid $500 for a focus group for this Rocky thing that they're doing next year in Philadelphia, and it was like, wait, hold up, where the freak was I?
Hold on, what Rocky thing?
Well, they're getting ready to. Okay, so the United States is going to be 250 years old, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so in Philadelphia, because Philly is the first capital, right, of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing something with the whole Rocky. We have tourists that are coming in. They have this guy that's gonna play Rocky. Is so much. Listen, they doing too much. Okay, it's a lot going on. And on and on. We have the World Cup coming. We have, all kinds, the Norwegian cruise line that's here. So they're doing a lot of things, and they need people to do focus groups. And me, my black behind was somewhere. I was running late for work, and I saw all these people, and I stopped, and I went ahead and I did a focus group, and it was for $200. It was for detergent. And it was only for an hour. So I was an hour late. I told him, I'm gonna be late. Give me this $200, okay, right now. Yeah. So this guy, the gentleman, from Centers, he's doing a lot of focus groups. That's what I said, all that to say that. Yeah. So anyway, I'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
You let me know. I do a focus group. I did one before.
Oh
I
yeah,
used to.
y'all would love it. Yeah, and I need somebody that's gonna be engaging. You know what I mean? I don't want anybody that's gonna get like, staring like a deer in headlights, deer in the headlights. They don't know how to talk. They could talk over here in these YouTube streets, but get them somewhere else. The Negroes don't know how to code switch. Sheesh. But
I
anyway,
definitely know how to code switch. Like I say all the time, like you have to learn how to go from the boardroom to the streets in
okay.
2.5 seconds sometimes. Okay.
Now I'm gonna make y'all laugh. I don't really code switch. I just don't cuss as much.
Child, if my coworkers really knew, child, that's why I've never. You do got a little feedback, TC. Just let you know, but
okay.
that's why I never accept friend requests, Facebook, none of that from coworkers because child, they be like, Tanya, what? What's he talking about? What's he talking? Sure. Never. Unless I knew you ahead of time before we worked together and we were really cool. And then we start working together down the line and I accept your friendship on Facebook. Nope. Nope. In my current position, besides my side jobs and stuff like that, I've been there almost 13 years. And not one of them is my Facebook friend or anything like that on social media, except for people I knew before that time. But nope, don't trust that shit. When you get coworkers, don't trust that shit.
That's right. But listen, I'm out, y'all. I'm gonna have to probably go down anyway. But listen, I will talk with you all later. Thank you so much, Charlie. Always a
Appreciate
pleasure.
you, TC.
Love you, my
Thank you for
sis.
gracing the panel. You know, we love you.
Thank you, the hood table. And I'm still loving your cakes, loving them.
Thank
I want one so
you.
bad. I
I
want one
know
so bad.
I'm just gaining weight watching the doggone cakes. and and brother and King, you keep doing your due, okay? And thank you for being here and grace and your presence in our presence. It means a lot. It
I
really does
appreciate
mean a
y'all.
lot. Okay.
Show.
All
It
right,
really
chat. I see you, Liz, Joanne, Vibrant. Everybody have a wonderful week.
You too, TC.
Okay. And
Have
be
a good
easy. I
night.
see be easy. Yeah, I see you. Peace.
Yeah, be easy. I don't know why I always think of Easy E when I say his name. Be easy. But
I
yeah.
love a lot of the men that are in your chat though. I just want to say that they're amazing to have conversations with. Like I just every time I come in here, it's just like we just be having cool conversation. You know what I'm saying?
And Liz, I get it. I absolutely get it. Even though I'm a thickum. Okay, I don't eat cakes either. I eat a lot of other shit, but I don't eat cakes either. Like the one cake that I made the other day, the big square cake that I made for my cousin's birthday. Man, people was like, "How do you make cakes and you don't eat cakes?" When they hear me say that when I be delivering cakes, and it's like I've been doing it for so many years. I don't have to taste anything. My different frostings, different flavors. I make cakes and deliver them. No tasting at all. I've been doing that for years. But some people they can't handle all the sugar, or I get it. I get it. But give me a good old pie or some cookies. Hey. But yeah, I get it. A lot of people don't eat cake. But this was a great show. Riz, you want to wrap this shit up?
Yeah, it was. Really was. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate TC coming up for show. Charlie, you guys always add something real dope to the show, man. So when y'all come through and grace the panels, man, it's always gonna be a good show. That's definite.
I was hoping some of the fellas who was talking stuff in the chat was gonna slide, but
Yeah, the link was out there. You know what I'm saying? They was popping it in the chat, but they was like, hey.
I
They
want to
were
say
doing
thank
all
you
this.
to both of you beautifuls. I'm gonna let y'all end y'all show. Thank you for having me. I love both of y'all. Just
Love
saying.
you too, boo. I love you.
Appreciate you, Charlie. Be good. So yeah, Hood Table, go ahead and give your last words, and I'm gonna go ahead and end this thing.
All right. Well, again, thank you to everybody who still be supporting us. Our show from the block to the hood table. We do appreciate you. We miss you guys. We hope that with this season, you'll come along for the ride with us. Season 2. We have a lot to bring to you guys. A lot to bring to you guys. So I just want you guys to make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you support the channel. Support each other in these holiday times. Really, truly take in your family, your friends, your relationships, things like that. Whether you're in love, out of love, looking for love, don't ever settle. Don't ever settle in your happiness. And a lot of times you guys might be wondering why they always talking about relationships and why they always talking about, because relationships is a big, big, big part of our life, a really big part of our life. And as we get older, we learn different things and we let go of certain things. But you have to, at this stage in life, any stage in life, maintain your happiness and your peace of mind. And that's all I got to say. I love you guys. Stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at times. Y'all know how I always say. Have a good night.
Appreciate you, Hood Table. You have a good night too.
I holla.
So yeah, y'all, I appreciate y'all being here tonight. You know what I'm saying? Next Sunday we will be at Hood Tables. Like she said, we're gonna go over some things. So I hope to see y'all there. We really do appreciate y'all when y'all pull up. I will be going live on Wednesday, so West Coast Wednesdays is in full effect. 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're gonna pop our shit, man. So make sure y'all come through and tune in for that. All I ask for is 10 in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, Rodney. You have a great night too, bro. So I appreciate y'all, man. And we did another one. You feel me? So Shout out to every one of y'all. I hope y'all have a great night. You know what I'm saying? And just keep it 100, man. Stay away from them suckers, man, and them punk motherfuckers. You feel me? Get up out of here.